Hello, crafty friends. This is the Papered Chef here. Welcome to part 2 of my Season of Chic workshop series. In today's video, we're going to create these sticky note holders, great little stocking stuffer, and also a tea bag holder. I call this a matchbook tea holder. At the same time, it won't be any extra trouble because we have enough paper. We're using the snowflakes. We're cutting out a snowflake here. We're going to take and Memories and More card from one of the card packs and just create a really easy card as well. So you'll have a few projects at the end of this video similar to those. We'll add some bling to them. And before we start, I just want to acknowledge what gave me the inspiration for this project. And that is in my team, in the Papered Chefs, I have a team of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, and we have what's called a tech challenge. And each month, my team members make videos and they challenge themselves to share something with the rest of the group. And Jean, in my group, she's one of the papers, she shared this cute notebook holder, or sticky note holder. There was a note inside. I already have the top page off, but she wrote a note for me as well. So this is using this birthday piggy, and she's using a huge pack of sticky notes. Well, I didn't have one of these because I put them in all the kits. I recently sent out Season of Chic kits. So we'll be using this other kind of sticky note, but like this kind, it's not as tall, like that one. But you all got the yellow ones in your kit. And I hope you all just follow along with me and create these. These are great for craft fairs. This project here, it's great for stocking stuffers, gifts, craft fairs. And I've been working through like different seasons. So we did the seashell projects last week. So this week I'm working on the winter projects, and then we'll be going through and we'll do fall, right? And then we'll do something with the flowers, and we'll kind of rotate around and just go through the seasons. So this suite is a great thing to have. It's in the annual catalog. It's really versatile. I'm going to put my these are the dies we're using from it. So the whole series is focused on this bundle, which includes, those are the 3 dies we're using, but they came from the set. Okay, Chic dies. Lots of textures and shapes and layering going on in there. And in your kit, I gave you lots of different papers, so you can do lots of layering. And then this Season of Chic photo polymer stamp set. Okay, and I used these earlier. We're not going to actually use the snowflake for our projects, but I have, as promised, I told you I would use my different seasons to create little boxes. And so I used this couple little textures here for something I'll show you later. And the only sentiment we'll be using is, well, if the stamp is this one. But I'm going to start from the beginning and take it right out of the package when we get to that point. All right, so let me show you in the catalog where this is, and I can clear the deck. Have some room for crafting. We're using a little mini die cutting machine as well. Okay, so here it is, Texture Chic Suite. The suite is fantastic. Here are some samples created by the concept designers at Stampin' Up. It has designer series paper. It has distressed gold cardstock, the dies, and the stamp set. That's what the suite is. But they're also in the back of this catalog. There are things that go with the suite in the Memories and More section. Find that section. And there's that distressed gold paper. So in the Memories and More section, you'll see that there's a card pack, and it says 50 cards total, and there's some stickers in there. So we'll be using some of those, and we're going to be using the Texture Chic Memories and More cards and envelopes. So you just need one of the cards, take it out of your kit. In your kit, I gave you several of the cards. So as you can see, that part's like the card, and you can see the texture on it, right? That's the card. So let's do this. Let's take, and I'll write down the measurements for you as well. Let's take one of the cards, lay it here, and they look like this. Don't fold them along the score line. I think you get 20 cards and you get 20 envelopes in a package. I don't have the envelope here handy to show you, but you get 20. So we're going to take one of these, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn it. Now, don't score it yet. We're just going to turn it, and we're going to go to 3 1/4. Okay, 3 1/4 inches. Okay, that's what we're going to cut this. Now save this other piece because we'll use this in a minute. We need to open the arm of your trimmer because the trimmer only goes out to 6 inches. So open up the arm and just go ahead and turn this over and lop off the white side because you want more of this like nice side showing for this part. So we're gonna make this 8 inches. Okay. And now you have this rectangle, right? Now, of course, you would use cardstock. You can use any cardstock. You don't have to use the Texture Chic one that I'm showing you. But let's go ahead and draw it. So let's write down that this is going to be sticky note. Okay, sticky note holder. And I'm just going to draw it this direction. Okay, and I'm going to write down the measurements. 8 inches wide by 3 1/4 inches tall. Just so you know how the pattern goes. Now you can use your trimmer as a scoring tool. However, and that would mean you'd have this gray piece. There's a gray piece that scores. I happen to have 2 blades on my trimmer. So we're going to use the Simply Score to do my scoring. I'm going to just lay this here. Okay, now I think it really didn't. Let me see if it mattered. I don't think it mattered which way I scored this. Okay, because of how it folds over. You'll see in a moment. We can actually, what we can do though is just to double check on how I did it, which side I used for which. Let me just open this up because my stickies aren't stuck in there. So let me just go ahead and see which way I did it. What we're doing is we're making score lines, but I just want to make sure I did it. Okay, 2 inches. Okay, so I did the white side down that way. All right, good. 2 inches. Well, that's not. Let's see. Hold on. Yep, that had to be at the side. Okay, we're good, we're good. So we're going to go 2 inches. I'll write it down. 2 3/8. Oops, I've already messed up the first one. Quick fixaroo. Luckily, I have lots of cards. I did 2 inches, but the line on the 2 is the big line. 3 1/4. By 8. I'm just going to cut off 1/2 inch because I know this is 8 1/2 inches. All right, we're back to 3 1/4 by 8. Oops, I must have already done something to that card. 3 1/4. This really is an easy craft, guys. It really is. I better open this up. Maybe I was only supposed to take a 1/4 inch off. I think I just accidentally took an inch off. All right, so anyway, let's put this back down. Pretend you didn't see any of that. Pretend we're not live. Okay, 2 inches, right? 1 2 3/8 of an inch. So we have 2 and 2 3/8. And then we have, skip this line. Don't score this again. It's already scored a tiny bit. But we're going to jump over to 5 1/2 and 5 7/8. So that's 4/8, 5 6 7/8, right before the 6th. Okay, now you're going to take your little sticky note holder and you're going to burnish the edges like that. Again, just use cardstock and don't worry about that little part in the middle if you're just using cardstock. I'm just using these because these really match and go with our Texture Chic better. So now we have our sticky note holder, and it's as simple as that. Now you don't even have to do anything else to it, really. I mean, it's already decorated. That's why I thought this would be cool to use it. However, there's more. We're going to do more to ours. We're going to put a little piece of designer series paper down here. You can put some up there. We're going to do all that stuff, all the things. But let's go ahead and write your score lines down for you. And if you want to craft along with me, then that would be great too. So score at, and we're going to just kind of do the little visual here, right? You make a couple little score lines. I'm just making a little visual here so you kind of have an idea, like you're making them, you know, down here and down there. Okay, and that is going to be 2 inches, 2 3/8 inches, 5 1/2 inches, and 5 7/8 inches. So I like to repeat myself a lot, as you will see. Now we need the DSP. And let's go look at my sample again. Pull out my little trimmer. We'll look at the samples here. We need to get the right DSP first, so let's get this. We want to take out this piece of DSP that looks like this. I only have scraps left of that, so. We'll find some. Here we go. Now I just took it out of it. Here it is. Okay, here's my sample. So I did use, I have some Velcro here. Well, that's in your kit. I used Velcro. But I did use DSP on the top and bottom of mine. But like I said, it's already cute, you know. You don't really, you can just watch it come to life as you keep adding layers to your project. So let's go ahead and take, now I already have one piece of DSP cut for my card that we're going to make. So I'll go ahead and write that over here. We're kind of doing the card on the side where I'm not going to have you do a lot. I'm just going to kind of show you how to put the card together at the end. But the card is going to be, this is what we always do for our cards. Like, I mean, I pretty much always do. 4 inches by 5 1/4. So you need to save, you only have 2 pieces of this DSP. So you're not going to be able to make 2 of the cards. You're going to make 1 of the card, and then a sticky note holder and a matchbook holder. So DSP for the card, that's going to be 5 1/4 by 4. Now we're going to take the other piece of DSP, and we need to make the parts we need for our sticky note holder. And I'm going to make, this is going to be, they're both going to be 3 1/8 inch. Now, if you recall, just to kind of recall, remember we made, we made the width of the sticky note holder 3 1/4, right? So what we're doing right now, that's what we did earlier, 3 1/4. We're making this paper 1/8 of an inch smaller. Okay, so let's just make that 3 1/8. Chop that. And you have 6 inch by, the pieces I gave you for your project are 6 inches by 6 inches. So you have plenty of room to do this. You'll be able to make a card base and this project. So we have 3 1/8. And then one of them is going to be 2 inches wide. So that's the top of the sticky note holder. And the other one is going to be still 3 1/8, right? But it's 1 7/8 inches wide. So it's for the bottom of the sticky note holder. Save our little scraps. DSP top, 3 1/8. That's an eighth, by the way, 1/8. I know I'm sloppy there, by 2. And then the other one is 3 1/8 times 1.1 7/8. Okay, so that's for that would be for the DSP for the bottom. So let's go ahead and take our Seal Plus adhesive, and we're going to add it to our sticky note holder. Now you have to double check because they really look a lot alike. You have to go, you have to double check because I've adhered the wrong ones to the wrong section. One is a little bit bigger than the other. See that? Just a little bit bigger. So make sure you put that one on the top. Yes, so she's saying you learned something new tonight. You thought it was designer series paper. Well, it is. In some ways, it's designer. This is designer series paper, but this is the card. These are the cards. But it does look like designer series paper, doesn't it? Okay, we're going to put that on top. I don't know. I overuse my Seal Plus. I know you don't have to use so much, but I like using it. And you could even use glue. but we're just doing this because it dries right away. It's so great to use this stuff for videos, especially. I probably would typically use glue, because glue is more forgiving. You can, if I was doing a bunch of these at my seat while I'm watching TV, I would probably use glue because it's more forgiving. Now, what I want to do for this piece is I want the snowflake to show. If I put it up this way, a lot of it's going to be hidden under that flap, right? So I think to let more of it show, put the snowflake down there. So more of it will, wait, did I do that right? Like that. I better do it like that. All right, so we have this. Now, let's go ahead and take your sticky note. You got to put your sticky note in there to do the closure. So I gave you all some Velcro. My Velcro comes in sheets like this, right? I gave you all, like in your kit. Those of you that have a kit, if you're in the U.S., you had a piece of Velcro. And that is for shutting this project. That's for the sticky note project. So I like to take the clear Velcro. Let's put the pack of sticky notes in there first. Put it in there. And now normally I would put, well, not normally. Let's just do what I would normally do. Here, I'm going to put, even though there's this pieces, you could rip the back off and it would stick. But I just think it's easier to put some seal in there, right? And put these in like that. But of course, this holder will hold a giant pack of sticky notes. Not just my little pack. So I sent my husband to the store and he came back with all these like sticky notes that didn't match my project. So I didn't send those out. But I'm using them for you guys. But see, the one that Jean has. See, look at the difference between, this is the kind. It fits a giant pack of sticky notes. Anyway, back to the Velcro. I take the clear Velcro. Always put your sticky notes in there first so it doesn't get wonky. Take the clear Velcro and peel it off and stick it right there in the center. And it's clear. It's really nice. These are called thin Velcro sheets, right? I'll link to these later in the description. And then you're going to go, you're going to take this piece and you're going to put it, the fuzzy side of the Velcro, right? You got the fuzzy side, it's lighter color. And you're going to attach it to the bottom like that. And then you're going to push down. Get it centered right and push down. And now we have, oops, so much for pushing down. Hold on. There you go. Now it's working. See, now we have a closure. And you can't see that part because it's clear. Isn't that cool? It's really clear. Push down. Make sure you get this one to really stay so it doesn't come apart. So that's it. You have a sticky note holder. And now I want to show you how Jean did hers. Now we're going to still decorate ours some more, but we're doing the basics here. We're starting. See, she used a magnet. Isn't that cool? And in the video when I did this as part of my Cup of Tea workshop series, I did link to those magnets, but now I got to find them again. I got to find that link again. All right, so let's do the snowflakes and things and the stamping a little bit later. So we're gonna move on, and we're going to do this part at once while we do the card. So like it's gonna be a 2-for-1 kind of bonus, right? So we're gonna take the memories and more cards. That's these things, and I just have a few others just to kind of show you how awesome these are. The memories and more card pack. And I just like to put these together on cards. It's so simple. But when I saw this one, Enjoy Your Day, I thought, well, this is an instant card, isn't it? Enjoy your day. So how can we take this and jazz it up? Little bling, a little bit. And then I saw this one, Surrounded by Goodness, and I thought, oh, this would match my projects too. And then there was another one that we're going to be doing our sentiment on. And I took this one and I said, wouldn't that be great for a sentiment? Look at this light color for the sentiment. So that's what we're going to be using for this little piece here. So you just find a few of your memories and more cards and just think about ways to use them. Surrounded by Goodness. We'll make a snowflake out of this one. All right, so here's the concept. We're going to turn this into this pretty card. This memories and more card into that. So we're going to cut a snowflake out of the middle of it. And we're just going to do that with the little trimmer here. And I don't mean trimmer. You know what I mean. The little mini cut and emboss machine. And the sandwich is, you have the mini cut and emboss machine. You have plate number 1. You have plate number 2. You have a plate number 2. We'll put the memories and more card in there. Where did it go? Oh, it's in my hand. It's in my hand. I amuse myself sometimes. And then you're going to put this little snowflake down there. Let's see how I did it. I did it like that with the little, instead of pointing it up like that, it didn't really fit when I pointed it up like that. So I pointed it like that. See, just like that, see? Okay, and if you want, you can use, for good measure, you can take a little piece of painter's tape. And if you're going to do that, make it go toward the inside in case it rips the paper. And then you're going to take this and you're going to put this other side. This is another plate number 2 on top of that. And you're going to roll it through. And this is just to get our shape for our card. Okay. Isn't that cool? So now we have a little shape cut out. Not only do we have a little shape cut out, but we have a pretty little piece for the back that we can use as the back of our snowflake. And when I say back of our snowflake, this is going to be the snowflake that goes on our sticky note holder. See, I told you this is all going to tie together. So we'll put that in our bowl because I keep losing things. I said, I'm bringing this bowl next time. And we're going to just adhere this piece to the card, to the piece of, it's the piece of designer series paper, not the card. So here's a piece of designer series paper. And we're just going to take this and we're going to make an instant card by putting that on there. And then I have Pool Party in the back. The Pool Party cardstock. And that's in your kit. I've already made you a card base and everything. So you already have all your stuff you need to make your card. It's already folded for you, but we can make the card base later, depending on the time. And it looks like we're doing really good on time. I'm going to lay that right there. You could also pop it up with dimensionals, but I decided to lay it flat on there. So now we need some glimmer paper and some of our adhesive sheets. So adhesive sheets are ways to make stickers out of anything. So you're going to turn your dies into stickers is what you're going to do. So this is double-sided sticker paper. It's called adhesive sheets. So what you're going to do, and you can fit, so those of you that only have, like my kit, you only have these little pieces of paper, the glimmer. Wait, where is it? These little pieces of glimmer. And you might only be able to get 2 snowflakes out of it, let's see. But I'm going to go ahead and use a bigger piece. So we're going to do 1 big snowflake for this project, but you can get 2 more little snowflakes, or 1 more, maybe. No, you can only get 1 big snowflake out of yours. So the kit is just to give you samples of what to do. So when you need more snowflakes, besides the one that you can make, you're going to take your other papers, and I gave you all kinds of glimmer and texture papers and all kinds of things. I'm going to go ahead and make a giant adhesive sheet here, a giant piece. Anyway, you're going to use all the papers I gave you and make different things out of them. So you can rip it or cut it. And the one side is sticky. Actually, both sides are sticky, but you're going to peel it off. And you see the sticky side? Test it. That's your sticky side. You're going to turn the glimmer paper over. This is real red and white glimmer paper. I got it out of that pack. This comes 6 by 6. I'm just putting it on the back here. So because it's double-sided, I have to die cut it while the sticker is still adhered. Then I can peel the back off and I have an instant sticker. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll that through. So I put the adhesive sheet on the back. Now we're taking the detailed snowflake. This is the detailed snowflake. Putting that right there. And at the same time, go ahead and cut your extra snowflakes because we need one of these for our tea project, our tea holder. And move this one, if you're trying to save some glimmer paper, then turn your snowflake like that. Put these close together, but not too close because you don't want them to overlap. Oops, I should have put plate number 2 under there. And then we need a plate number 2 on top. Now, because I'm putting adhesive sheets through this machine, it's going to be like a little bit tighter now. Okay. I just tilting my light so you can see that. So here we go. I'm going to turn this over and show you that now we have stickers. So we're going to take our little piece like this, and we're going to put our sticker on it. I'm going to just take tweezers. Well, I can try to take it out. Let's see. I'm just going to see if we can pop it out here. First, pop it out. Show you this really cool snowflake. But instead of trying to pick all the little pieces out, you can either take your tweezers or I'm just going to use my hands. I think I just have more luck using my fingers. Look at this. You get all the extra pieces out when you peel the sticker off. So that's one other reason I love making stickers. You get rid of so many extra little bits and pieces. And I only left with that. Pretty cool, right? So now we will adhere this Okay, I used not that side. For contrast, I used that side. So I turned it over and used the other side for making my snowflake. So it's just another way to use your memories and more cards. Flip them around, and you have a nice piece of cardstock, and you have this really stiff snowflake. So we're going to push that on there. Okay, so that's going to be our closure for this. Okay, and I'm also going to go ahead and cut another one to insert into our card. So you're going to take the same exact snowflake. Let's get rid of that one. Put that one off to the side. We need this for our other project. Just go ahead and put this one there. This one there. We're just making a couple more stickers. But again, you're going to use whatever you have. This paper, this paper. Just make some more snowflakes, in other words. Make them into stickers. Don't worry, they're not all exactly like mine, because, you know, only a few of you get the kit, and the rest of you follow along with whichever materials you have, because my workshops are universal. Anyone can follow along with whatever materials. Even if you don't have texture chic, you can be making sticky note holders with whatever paper you have right now. I like the tutorials to be widely applicable to everybody. Okay, so let's see. Now this one, we're going to take and we're going to insert it into there. So we have one that's going to be our little front of our sticky note holder. And the other one is going to be the inside of this card. That way it just is another little dimension to our. So peel it off. Out comes all the extra bits. Not all of them, but most of the extra bits. Now I thought that kind of looked like a heart to me. So I put that facing up this little part. Get some more light on here. See? I don't know. It just kind of looked like a heart. I know it's probably not a heart, but whatever it might be, I faced that up. So to get it to center, you want to hold the one side and then kind of push the other side because it's a sticker, so you don't want it to land until you have it right in this right spot. So you kind of push it, you know, get it to where it goes before you push real hard on it, right? So this is just another way to use your memories and more card pack. You know, you can enjoy your day without the snowflake, but look how much more fun it is with the snowflake. Okay, we're going to just push on that. So now we have an extra couple snowflakes here for our other projects. And if you want, you can just, you know, we only need one for our matchbook. So you could just be doing this kind of thing. So I had tested it out earlier, and I thought that would look cute too. But then I ended up going with the snowflake sequins I have, which are just a little bling. I'm using some current bling, some retired bling. All right, put that in the bowl so we don't lose it. And I'm already down one. Oh, there it is. Wait a minute. It's like I only have 3 and I'm down one. Or no, let's do the sentiment. Okay, I'm going to bring the sponge in. And you're going to do the stamping on this little piece of Memories and More. And you could cut it first, but I decided to stamp on it first and then cut it. Because if I mess up, I can just stamp it again. So get your stamping block and you're going to use your Amazing Beyond Measure because we're using Season of Chic. And that's the sentiment that fit really well across this sticky note holder. So I'm going to show you from the beginning. You would take your stamp out. It's a photopolymer stamp, so you would place it down on your paper, and you would just take your stamping block. I'm going to tilt my stamping block because it's not very wide. Okay, I'm going to just go like that. I'm going to adhere it flat side up. Now I'm going to use Night of Navy. Of course, you could use Evening Evergreen, right? But I'm using Night of Navy because it just came out better than my Evening Evergreen. It just depends on how much ink you have on your. Night of Navy is a neutral color, but Evening Evergreen, the only problem is I only had a small one, like with me, so it just didn't come out as nice and even. But if I had a big one, I would have used Evening Evergreen if I had a big stamping pad. Okay, I'm just testing it on see how juicy my Night of Navy is and how clear and crisp that is? That's why I'm doing it with the Night of Navy. So just, you know, assess your ink situation. And then I'm just going to make a couple of these while I'm at it. I'm going to flip this around and do one this way too. Then I can decide which one's better. I think that one's better. All right, so now I'm going to cut this little rectangle. It was already the right width, the little cards, right? And then I didn't have to do anything to it as far as the width goes because it was a Memories and More card. So it was a 3-inch width, but I'm going to go 3/4 of an inch on the trimmer for the sentiment. Okay, and it's perfect. 3/4 of an inch, we have a rectangle. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side too. 3/4 of an inch, because then I can use it for something else. Make some more of these when I'm done the video. And then for this one, let me see if I popped it up. Let's look. Okay, I did. I popped it up with dimensionals. I just got to double check what I did here. All right, so what I did before I popped it up with dimensionals, or around the same time, I laid it like that. And I think I used my little stickers here across. I think that looks cute. I probably should have done it before I cut the paper. So let's go ahead and we'll just cut the stickers that we need. You know, the size we need them. And this is a sticker from the Memories and More pack. So like I said, I should have done it when I was, you know, what I should have done is before I cut the paper, I should have like trimmed off the piece I need, but we'll go ahead and cut it the size we need. So we're going to just flip that around. Oops, I should have made it straight. All right, we're going to try this. I'm going to get one side to be kind of straight. All right, now we're going to make it it needs to be 3 1/8 inch wide. So we lop that set off 3 1/8 inch. Let's see. I didn't really make that side that straight, did I? 3 1/8 inch. We're just gonna give it a shot and hope for the best. These little stickers are great though, just for adding accents. So before I put that beyond measure there, I'm gonna just do this little piece. Ooh, I did it right. Imagine that. Lucked out on that one. Normally, like I said, I would have put the sticker over the paper and cut it that way. Okay, and then I'm just gonna pop. So that's just a little accent of color. Pop up with dimensionals, that little sentiment. I'm just looking for dimensionals. I'm just gonna use some mini dimensionals. And I'm gonna use like the part that's along the side. You see like that little part. So I'm just so it's not wonky, I'll put some on both sides. So you are amazing beyond measure. It works for winter, works for any time. Put that like that. And now we have that nice little border around it, see? And now we want to take our nice snowflake that we made. There it is, it's up here. And we're just gonna adhere that right there. Again with dimensionals, but a lot of dimensionals, right? Put this big old hunk there, because when you open and close it a lot, right? Put a big old hunk of dimensionals on it. I'm gonna put them around a little bit. I mean around the top part. Oops, was that the bottom? Like I said, I think that looks like a heart. So I'm gonna put it like that, a big old hunk, see? Now you don't want to put it on that part because you're trying to open this, right, with the Velcro. So you just want it on that part. And then this part's gonna hang over the bottom. So I hope that makes sense. And I'm putting a big old hunk of dimensionals there. Let's look at the other one. So where I put it, right here. And that now this part is like hanging there, right? But I can use it to open, but it's not going to fall off because I put a lot of dimensionals there. So we got a lot of adhesive. Okay, now we're just going to last little bit, and then we're done that project, and we can work on the tea thing. It's just I used like a little snowflake sequins. See if I can find the pack they came out of. Or I know I have some like loose ones here. They go. I don't actually. These were like retired from a few years ago, but I put them in your kit. So these are retired, but then I put these little guys in there that are not retired, so that you would have some choices for your bling. And these are cute little sequins. And there's also some little these little guys. And just to try to remember names of things, I had to take out my workshop kit here. So what are these called? Adhesive back snowflakes. Okay, I just wrote retired. No, let's see. Here, adhesive back sequins and gems. That's these little guys. Adhesive backed sequins and gems. I gave you like little samples of adhesive back sequins and gems. Okay, so that's what we're going to use to bling this out. So I'll just put a few snowflakes on here, and you can use your little tweezers for that because these are fine. I kind of just put them in. You can kind of put them in the middle of a snowflake, just a couple little shades. Put them up there, on the top. It's good to add bling to things. Oh, I'm just using my fingers. And voila, and that project is done with some bling. Always add bling. Use opal rounds, whatever kind of bling you want to add. All right, so now we have this one, and we just need to do the card part. Let's get that one done because it's almost done. Now when you're going to make a card, we're going to make the pool party card because we already have the bottom of the card made, or the top of the card. We're going to the bottom. We're going to take this piece. When we want to make a horizontal card, you're going to lay the paper like this. 8.5 by 11 paper, you're going to lay it horizontally. Lay it across so that 11 inches is across. Look for the scoring tool. Where's my scoring tool? Here it is. And we're going to go 5.5 inches. So that's half. And we're going to just go ahead and score at 5.5 inches. Okay. And then we're going to take our trimmer, and we're going to, since it was 8.5 wide, we're going to take it. Now we're going to take the wide, and we're going to turn it portrait orientation instead of landscape orientation. 4.25. And we're going to go ahead. Okay, and we'll like separate where this project goes to so you can and this is kind of how I craft too. I do multiple projects at once, so it's not like, I do multiple cards at once, multiple projects at once. Now we have 2 cards at the same time. Okay, so we've scored them already. And of course, I probably would use the little ledge of that I would use the little ledge of that trimmer when I'm folding my card, like push up against it. Here, let's use real practice. This is how I would do it. I'm going to push it like that. I'm just going to use my little spatula here. And I'm going to just burnish the edge, but using the edge of that as a guide. All right, now we're going to put our card together. This is now our vertical card, right? All we're doing is making a card like the one I made earlier. I haven't even put any, you can put white stuff in. You can put snowflakes inside and put white things and, basic white cardstock inside. And if you do, it would be the same size as that, 5.25 by 4. If you do that, okay, let's put that there. And voila, look how easy that card is. And it's cute, and you're going to add some bling. So this time, let's add, since this one has snowflakes already, let's add some of these little sequins for color. I think that would just be cute too. Dun, dun, dun. We'll add a few of those. We'll add a couple of these. Put one up there. And we'll put one right there. Okay? So, oops, that's kind of awkward. We'll put one down there. Okay, so we have some bling. And this one needs a 3rd snowflake somewhere. I had 2 snowflakes on it. I guess one of them fell off. I'm going to add a 3rd snowflake to this one over here. So now that project's done. Okay, so we have an easy card, easy that. So we just need a couple of more measurements for you before we move on. The card itself, this was Pool Party, just so you know, that is the color. And when all was said and done, when we did our card, it was 11 inches wide, right? 11 inches wide, and it was 4 1/4 inches tall, and we scored it at 5.5 is where we scored it. Okay, and then over here, back at this project, this project's all been documented except for the sentiment. You wanted to know the sentiment, I'm sure. So sentiment was like a little tiny rectangle, the one that says you are amazing beyond measure, and that was 3 inches by 3/4 of an inch. All right, now for the matchbook, let's see on time, and I'm going to do the matchbook next. And those of you who are still with me, we'll get another project. We'll do a third project. We're making, after I say hello to you, because I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish now, and we shared what, we're going to make this little project. A tea bag holder. It's called a matchbook tea bag holder. Real easy, and we're going to use that other piece of the card. This is what we're using, the scrap left over from this piece here. You can make this. You can't make 2 of these because it's not wide enough, but you can use the scrap left over to make the tea holder. So hello, Janet, and your fairy blog mother. Oh, how funny. I love that name. Your fairy blog mother. Oh, that cracks me up. Okay, catchy. And watching from Texas is Melissa S, and Nola is here too. And yes, it's Stampin' Up. Of course, I use Stampin' Up stuff. There's my store right there. I don't know if you could see it anymore. I made my sticker way too small. I was using my brother label maker, and then I ran out of the, so I had to use this other kind of label maker. This stuff. Hello, Yvonne. Hello, Catherine. Oh, wow. So watching Saturday morning from Australia, Catherine. That's pretty cool. Okay, so, the kit, write to me at info@thepaperedchef.com, or just write to me in the, I might still be able to make you a kit, but I don't have any kits left over. But I mean, the kit deadline was the 4th, but it would have to be in the next couple of days, because then I give away the extra kit parts for prizes and things. I don't do any more kits after the deadlines because I have enough stuff to do them, but it's just like I move on to my next project. But yeah, that would be cool. So write me, but actually just do, you know what you do? Okay, Lynn, yeah, maybe your bandwidth, Lynn. Hello, Lynn. Is having trouble with her bandwidth. What you do is you go to Stampin' Up, paperedchef.stampinup.net, right? And then you go to contact me, and then you don't have to know my email address. Just use the contact me form in the link, the first link in any of my videos. Hello, Diana. Okay, I'm glad you guys are all answering her questions. It looks like we have someone totally new to Stampin' Up. DSP, when I say DSP, I'm talking about designer series paper. Okay. I hope we didn't lose anybody with all the terminology. But I always like to start at the beginning. And hello, Cynthia. And hello, Linda from Stamp, Cut, and Create. All right, we're doing this now. We're taking this little piece. And to get the pieces the way we need it. Okay, for this little guy, I need you to just trim off 1/8 of an inch on one side, because we want to take advantage of this. In this project, we want to take advantage of this natural score line. So I'm going to take, I just wrote, let me see. Take an 1/8 of an inch off the wood side. That's what I wrote. So turn to the wood side, and you're going to cut just 1/8 of an inch off the side. Now these are set in 1/4 of an inches. This trimmer, right? So 1/4 of an inch. So we want to do that. Those little lines, like so, half of one of these big lines, right, would be the 1/8 of an inch. So you're taking this off of the wood side, and then you're going to take, and then you're going to make the whole thing. After that, we need that little 1/8 of an inch off. Now we're going to open up the arm, and we're going to make this, the width is going to be, now we're going to flip it over, and we're going to trim off the white side now. And we need to make it 7 1/4 wide. Okay, so 7, and if you're not using one of these cards, it doesn't matter, right? You're just doing cardstock, it wouldn't matter. So you're going to take a big chunk off of that side. See, that's what you have, but we need to make it the right width as well. So the width is going to be, and we're doing the matchbook treat holder, by the way, 2 3/4 wide. So it's a little bit wider than we need it. So 2 3/4. I'll write that down. Okay, so we had this little sliver. So now you're left with this piece like that. And we're going to get out the scoreboard, the scoring, simply scored. Let me see if I have any DSP. Oh yeah, I do have DSP on that too. So let's write down this before I go. Okay, so we're gonna just put little lines like this so you can kind of separate the projects, right? We'll put this project over here. So this project over here is gonna be the matchbook project, and it is 7 1/4, right? Times 2 3/4. All right, so that's what this, so we're gonna say matchbook. It's really, you can say it's one word or two word. MATCH, matchbook. Because it looks like a little book of matches, right? We'll move that over some. Now we're going to take the Simply Scored. Get that right here. And I'm going to look for, now I'm going to turn this like this. But I knew it had to be that way because I'm scoring, and it's already scored for us, 4 1/8, right? Because we cut off that little 1/8 of an inch before, we already have the score line exactly where we need it. We don't need to do anything there. It's already at 4 1/8. 1, 2, and 4 3/8. We need the other one to be 4 3/8. And we're done. And that's the only scoring we need to do. Well, we need to do one more scoring, but I'm saying as far as that part, it's already done. Down here, you also need to score. So we're going to score it 3/4 of an inch down here. So 3/4, 4 1/8, and 4 3/8. So let me draw that for you. So it's like this, and somewhere down here, it's like that, right? Let me move this up here so we have scoring at 3/4 of an inch. Hope that's still within the video that you can see. 4 1/8 inch and 4 3/8 inch. But this one is done. Okay, I'm gonna put the little arrow there. This one is already done for you. If it's not done, you didn't trim the thing the way I said earlier, and go back and review that. All right, so, or you can just be using cardstock, in which case you wanted to have it square for you. So now we're just going to fold that over. And now you need to get a stapler. And you're going to staple this little part. So, just burnish the edges. I put DSP on the front of this, so I'm going to take, I know I got this like crazy old stapler. Looks like from 1950, but it works. If it works, it works. I'm just stapling down here. Don't staple up too high because you want to get the T in there, and depends on how big your tea bag is. So for this, I put like the T in there, but I also put, it fits just right up to the edge. You see, it fits right up to that line. So if you were to like put a lot of tape, if you would put the staples up high, then you wouldn't be able to get the tea bag in there. And then just take one of your little pieces of extra dimensional that you have from earlier and put that in there. Oops, just so it doesn't fall out. All right, now let's decorate this little cutie. Now we're going to use the other sticker from your Memories and More pack. And now you'll see how I was supposed to cut the sticker from earlier. So we're using stickers here. Let me find it. Nope. That's pretty cool too. We'll be using those for the fall projects. But I'm looking for this other sheet. Here we go. Want this little piece, this little sticker, and it's going to cover our staples. So peel that off. Put it right down here along the bottom. Here, let's use the edge here as a way to push it against the edge. Because one side is straight and one side is frayed. I'm just using this corner here to push my sticker up against the corner. So it's already sticky. And I'm just using it to cover my staples. You don't have to cover your staples. Use a little piece of DSP if you want. And that's what I was trying to do earlier. With this, I would have put the sticker on this way, and then I would have just, trimmed off the edge of my sticker. Like so. Okay? So that's what I would have done. And now, another thing you could do with your matchbook is, I didn't do it on this one, but you could tie a little bit of linen thread on it and stuff. We'll go ahead and put the DSP on as well. But you can take a piece of linen thread, if that's in your kit, but you might have used it up for your cracker and treat box if you've already made your cracker treat box. But you have some twine in your kit as well. So it's just a lot of good samples. I'm just going to tie a little knot. And then we'll add some DSP. Or you can use your Memories and More cards and stuff. So just any DSP that you have. that has the snowflakes on it. So that's pretty cool to add on there. I think that side's a little bit longer than the other side. All right, let's see what we have here. We could use, oh no, not that piece. I'm looking for a piece of DSP that will work. Here we go. So let's take this piece here, trim that up. So we have 2 3/4 by 2 5/8. So let's go 2. So we have 2 1/2 would be 2 4/8, and then we're going to go like that, 2 5/8. Okay. By 2 3/4. That side's a little raggedy. I guess my blade wasn't very strong. I hope that's the right size for this project and not for the other one I was doing earlier. Yes, it works. Good. Sometimes I write down so many measurements, and then I mix up which projects goes to what. All right, so let's go. Let's put some adhesive on here. I'll write that down for you. It was 2 5/8 by 2 3/4. Let's see. And it gives us that little white margin around the edges. Okay, stick that in there. Some other cute stickers we can use are like the snowflake that we made earlier. And then some other things, the one that says here for you. So let's write down. All right, so we're down here. I'm just going to move this up. We're down here at this part, and we have our DSP. And that is going to be 2. Here, I'm just going to write it down here because then you can see it better. 2 5/8 times 2 3/4. Someday I need to make my handouts and put all this in a book and put all of the designs I use in a book. I know I do. Either a book or some PDFs. But I really like videos more than anything. And just kind of don't like writing things down in like handout format that much. Not as much as the books. All right, so let's look for, what was I looking for? Oh, this little circle. All right, so what I'm looking for is one of these little, here we go. This little guy, this little circle here, I cut out of a die called, that was called, it's part of these stitched, stylish frames. Oh no, it's called stylish shapes dies. So there's like circles and stuff in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this sticker out of the pack, here for you, which is already cool. You could just plop it on like it is, but look how much cooler it is when you take your stylish shaped dies and you put this little sticker on there. It just fits perfectly. I just thought, and I could even ink around the edges, but look how it looks now. You took a plain old sticker that you could have just slapped on there, and instead, I think it's going to go better on that side because I don't want to block the snowflake. And now you just put it on there, and it looks better because it has more dimension. Pop it up with dimensional, speaking of dimension. And we'll add a little snowflake here. These are called mini dimensionals. And then there's these other cool little stickers. So I'm just going to kind of balance it. I'm going to do here for you. I'm going to put this little twine on the other one too. I like the twine on there. Okay, I'm going to put a snowflake. That's this one. Peel that off. Snowflake sticker, get some bling on there, right? I don't want to block the other snowflake too much. I'm putting it over there. And then this little guy was this little sticker I thought was cool, this little snowflake sticker from the Memories of More pack. So I put him right there. And I thought that looked cool. And then I used these little gems to kind of point down like, hey, we're pointing at the snowflake. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. So I put that right there like that. Like it's just pointing. I mean, do whatever you want, but that's the fun part, is every project is going to be slightly different. No two projects are the same, so it's just fun. It's fun to create. So I only put 2. I usually put an odd number. I think, oh no, I did put 3. I put one up there inside the middle of a snowflake. So let's do that. Let's use that color. Put this one in the middle of that snowflake up there. And voila. And then the reason I used the gold tea bag was this tea bag from, just match better, this whole thing. But if you want to put more sentiments inside, make your dreams happen, right? Here, I'm going to put some twine on here while I'm talking. I'm just going to put a little twine on here. I have some other projects to show you, so let's just do this. Just want to finish this up. But if you want to put like little things on the inside, just take some of your stickers and put some motivational sayings on the inside, because if you're giving someone tea, probably trying to get them into a better mood, right? Hey, hope you're feeling better, or thinking of you. So then you could put little sentiments on the inside of your tea as well. Okay, so that's there, and you could say, make your dreams happen. Open that up. Put that right there. I'm just trying to center it here. There you go. And it matches really well because it's part of the card pack. Okay, let's open up this one and we'll do You're on My Mind. Here, You're on My Mind. Put that right there. Just little extra finishing touches. So let's see if we have any questions, if we've already. Okay, so what a wonderful gift set. Oh yeah, you could package it all together. In fact, you brought me to my next point, which is Sorry, I can't really see very well. Spiracast? Oh, what a cool name. Okay, hello, Hilda. Your name's much easier to say. It's easier to say. Okay, so what I was going to show you next is something else I made to go with this as we wrap up, and I'll show you the projects we made in part 1. So this was all part 2. We did our sticky note holders. If you missed that, check out the beginning of the video. We've done our matchbooks. We've done and hopefully we'll clear that a little bit so you can write down any notes at the end here. So that's where you want to do a freeze frame or freeze capture. There we go. We'll put it all like that so you can see it. We did a card at the same time. We made a card. We made the sticky note holders. We made matchbook treat holders, stocking stuffers. Okay, we made lots of projects. I'll just clear that off so you can see all the measurements. Okay, now you can see all the measurements and all the projects. Now there's one more that I created because at each project, each time I said, oh, it would be fun to just show you. So I took the snowflake stamps and I said it would be fun to just see what the different cracker and treat box looks like each time. So I did this. Let's see if I could put I like you on it. I don't have anything to put on it yet, but I was going to put, we could put thank you on. I was going to put a sentiment on this one too. So that's the cracker and treat box die. And then this is the cracker and treat box die I made last time. Right? So it's with the shells. So you could just kind of see how the sweet comes together. You just use different stamps and you can decorate your cracker and treat boxes. So now we have lots of ideas for stocking stuffers. And during part 1, we created these cards. So that was part 2. I'm glad you stuck with me to the end of part 2. We made gatefold cards in part 1. So part 1 was using the shells. And we went from start to finish using these evening evergreen cards. And we die cut. That was an introduction to die cutting. We also stamped on here. We used the foils. We cut the dies. We did texture. We did another one of that stylish shapes dies, right? We did all the things, and I even did something in the inside. I usually don't really stamp the inside of my cards that much. I leave a lot of room for notes, but when I do, I leave a lot of room for notes, and I just do something subtle. So when I do stamp the inside, you could write all over it if you wanted to. I try not to make the insides of cards too busy because I'm not sure if I'm going to be using them for, sympathy, birthday, so I leave lots of room for the messages. So that's just another way to do a gatefold card, a gatefold opening. You can also use, I wanted to open that one up because I forgot to adhere this last time, and I need to adhere it, so I needed to open that up. But you can make gatefold cards with belly bands too. That's another way to close you know, your cards, you can put a belly band of designer series paper around something. So you can look forward to some fall projects on the next video. We'll be working with the leaves and the other textures. And I hope you enjoyed this. I do these every month, yes. So this month I'm doing every month. Well, I don't do them every month. Well, I do something every month, but I don't always have a kit every month. So this month I did Season of Chic and Texture Chic dies. So it's a bundle. Last month I did Christmas in July. And I did all kinds of Christmas in July projects. But I didn't use one bundle. I used several different projects, like several different products. So I didn't have a kit because it wasn't focused on one bundle. So next month I'll have a theme. I always have a theme of the month in my YouTube channel, but it doesn't mean I have a kit to go with it because it just depends on what products I'm using. But I always like to have a theme because it keeps me grounded and focused, and I get to keep making projects until I have this like amassed a giant collection from each suite that I play with. Because I like something, I never get tired of making things with it. That's the fun of it. All right, well, thank you all for watching. This is the Paper Chef. Have a great day.